Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Movie Melee. We got another exciting match for you in the singles division today, with a lot of stakes on the line here because we have another match. This will decide who will be advancing to one of our many number one contenders matches. As you can tell, we've had quite the massive title picture for this one, and it's finally coming to an end here today. We got Cameron Holzmann returning from, I believe this is his first match in singles since the tournament. He is returning against Will Cohen, who we saw compete very recently, putting together a 2-game winning streak after returning from the tournament against Amaru and who else did he beat? Scott Harvey, yes. So it should be a good match. I think this should be a good one, interesting matchup. Joining me on the desk is one Jack Pinchuk. How are you today?
Oh, I am doing well. Still at my Nana's place, so I get to host from here today, so that's nice. Hopefully the internet doesn't drop.
That's true. That would be very unfortunate. But let's just jump right into a pre-match interviews right now, starting with our lower-ranked competitor for this evening. It's Will Cohen with his manager, Aaron J. Will, you're back. You've had a hell of a year so far, just in singles and teams in general. And you find yourself now one match away from a number one contenders match. So, thoughts on your opponent this evening in Cameron Holzmann?
I have nothing bad to say about Cam. Like Cam and I don't talk a lot, but when we do, it's always very cordial. There's often a lot of jokes at both of our expenses. It's always just a fun time. But to kind of address what you said at first, this is the run that everyone had told me that I'm capable of. So for me to actually see it come to fruition is kind of mind-boggling for me. So I'm just here to have fun. And Aaron, what do you have to say?
Yeah, I'm absolutely not surprised that Will is here. Will's biggest weakness has been his own belief in himself. Like many people from my tribe, it just kind of runs in our blood. We tend to self-doubt a little bit, but like a lot of people in my tribe, former champion Jake Meltzer, future champion Will, y'all can play some trivia. So not like me, I can't play trivia. Literally in this league, I can't play trivia. They won't book me a match. But yeah, free Aaron J. Hashtag it. Let's get it trending. But that's not what we're here for. We're here for Will today. I've been expecting this for a while, and he works very, very hard. I know that Cameron is very good as well. Doesn't have a lot of weaknesses, but honestly, one thing that's great about Will is he is aware of his weaknesses and works on them. And I think that whoever comes out of this match more than deserves that number one contender spot. So very happy to hear that. And, I used to have more negative things to say about Holtzmann, but I don't know if I'm getting soft in my old age because it's like, I don't have much bad to say. I just hope that he scores like a couple points less than Will. Otherwise, like I expect a great match. No one's going to pull too far away from each other. Sorry about the motorcycles in the background, but we're wrapped up and ready to go. So free Aaron J. and give Will his title shot.
All right, sounds good. We're going to put you backstage for now and hope that you stay safe and don't get burned inside of that wicker man. We will now bring in your opponent Will's opponent for this evening, Cameron Holzmann. Cam, first time I believe we're seeing you since the tournament where I believe you went out in round 3 against David Nishimoto. You now find yourself one match away from a number one contenders match, going up against someone who I don't think you've played for in singles. Thoughts on your opponent this evening in Will Cohen?
I don't know what Will is talking about. I hate Will with every fiber of my being. I think he's the worst person ever to live. It's just a scientific fact. Everyone knows this. I feel nauseous whenever I see him on the other side of this camera screen. No, in all seriousness, yeah, Will is someone that I've never played before. He's a newer player here, at least comparative to me. I've been here for many years and still have yet to ever play for the singles title. Please, let's hope that this changes this.
All right, well,
I got.
Good luck to you. We will now get into round number 1, which will work like this. It is the whiteboard round, same as every other trivia match you've probably ever seen on the internet, basically. 8 questions, 8 different categories of general movie trivia. Got them all over the place today. If any player gets all 8 questions right, they will be asked a bonus question, also worth 1 point. Please remember to keep your hands on screen at all times. 3 repeats, 1 challenge to use for the entirety of the match. Any questions before we get going?
What if I don't have hands?
I haven't thought about that one. Shit.
I can
All
see
right.
your hands. You should be fine.
Your
Right with
first
your mouth.
question. Your first question will come in the category of the 2000s. Who stars as Trevor in The Machinist?
I was excited for a little bit during Cam's pre-match interview because he started to address Will as the worst person to ever live, and in this community, I was under the impression that was me. So I was a little
Pens down. We'll go to Cameron first.
Jack, I didn't count you because you're not really living. Christian Bale.
And Will?
I also said Christian Bale.
Christian Bale is correct.
Your second question will come in the category of music. Saturday Night Fever is set in which city? Words can be hard sometimes.
Oh, I believe you. Yeah. Just watch any podcast I've ever been on in this channel.
Same.
Tough to sit through. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. We will go to Will.
I believe it's New York City.
And Cameron?
I have the same beliefs.
New York City is correct. Your next question will come in the category of horror. What is the name of the paranormal location that's being investigated in 1963's The Haunting? I like this movie quite a bit.
I haven't seen it. I've heard good things though.
Yeah, it's quite good. People say that insert director's name here can't direct a movie, and I disagree because this movie's really good. 5,
I have
4,
to look up who directed this
3,
movie.
2, 1. Pens down. We'll go to Cameron.
Is it Hill House?
And Will.
I said Hill Manor for some reason.
Hill House is correct. I believe we can only accept
Yes.
Cameron's
I can
answer.
only accept Cam's answer.
That's fine.
Okay.
All right. With that, Cam takes the first lead of the match as we get into your next question, which comes in the category of actors and actresses. Your question is, Mia Farrow, Barbara Hershey, and Diane Wiest play the titular characters in what film?
These are all actresses.
That they are.
Mhm.
I am not. And I just looked up who directed The Haunting, and I think he can direct movies sometimes.
4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. We'll go to Will.
I said Hannah and her sisters.
And Cameron?
That's a solid guess. I put The Witches of Eastwick.
Hannah and her sisters is correct. So Will ties it up there, 3-3. Your next question will come in the category of comic book movies. Jonah Hex is a veteran of what war in Jonah Hex? So you're a fandom person.
Yes.
I'm sure you're a big fan of this movie then, right?
Oh, it's definitely one of the fandom movies that I've seen.
It's in fandom. It has to have
Exists.
a fandom, right? 5,
This movie definitely
4,
exists.
3, 2.
That's the nicest thing I can
1.
say about it.
Pens down. We will go to Cameron first.
I said the American Civil War.
And Will?
I also said the American Civil War.
Both are correct.
With that, we'll get into your next question, which comes in the category of directors. Who directed Old Boy, The Handmaiden, and Decision to Leave?
These are not fandom movies.
No.
So they must not have a fandom, right?
Oh, no.
Right.
Never.
Yeah.
I would never expect any of these movies to have a fandom.
Actually, the ones I've seen are quite great, to be honest. 5,
I haven't seen any of those, actually. I plan to.
2, 1. Pens down. We'll go to Will.
Bong Joon-ho.
And Cameron?
Park Chan-wook.
Park Chan-wook is correct.
Okay.
So then your next question will come in the category of romance. What 2010s romance film is about two characters with cystic fibrosis who fall in love? Do you have any jokes to make about cystic fibrosis?
I can't say that I do, although
Okay, me neither. So maybe we should I start the countdown then?
my medical jokes are entirely about liver transplants.
5,
You can start the
4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. We'll go to Cameron.
5 feet apart.
And Will?
5 feet apart.
5 feet apart is correct.
With that, we'll get into your final question of the round, as there are no perfect rounds, which comes in the category of Oscars. Schindler's List, JFK, and Legends of the Fall all won what Oscar?
Yeah, the only medical humor that I'm allowed to make is diabetes because I'm diabetic, so I'm allowed to make the jokes.
That's fair.
I'm not going to make one right now because I can't think of one, and I'm not funny. 5,
Neither
4,
am I.
3, 2, 1. Pens down. We'll go to Will.
In my shitty handwriting, best cinematography.
And Cameron?
Best original score.
Best cinematography is correct.
Ooh.
So with that coming out of round number 1, I believe I have it all tied up at 6. Is that what you have, Jack?
That is also what I have.
All right, then we will get into round number 2, which will work like this. It is the wheel round, so each competitor will get the chance to spin the wheel, which will decide what category that they will be answering questions from today. Each question worth 2 points, unless they check down to multiple choice, in which case it will be worth 1 point. 5 questions, forgot to mention that. Stealing is available in this round. The categories that you can potentially land on this evening are Sony Pictures Animation, Charlton Copley, recent releases, classics, animation, action/adventure, 2010s, and mystery thrillers, as well as spinners and opponent's choice. So, Cameron, since you are in the lead, you get to decide, would you like to spin first or defer to Will?
I think I'm going to spin first.
All right, so then your first spin will be recent releases. Would you like to keep that or spin again?
It's not bad. Then again, I didn't see Past Lives yet, so I'm going to spin again.
All right. So in the category that you will be stuck with will be spin choice.
I'll take Charlton Copley, please.
Okay. So, Jack, you want to read the questions in Charlton Copley?
Sure. All right, Cameron, are you ready for your questions in Charlton Copley?
I hope so. I chose the category, and I don't want this to backfire.
Oh, we'll see. Your first question. In Chappie, how much money in Rand does Ninja's gang owe to Hippo?
20 million.
That is correct. 2 points. And the lead. Who directed Gringo?
That is Nash Edgerton.
That is also correct for 2 points.
Terrible film.
In Hardcore Henry, what song do the Jimmy clones sing when Jimmy is demonstrating the cloning machine?
See, it's one of two because there's 2 songs in this movie. When they're demonstrating the cloning machine.
5.
I'll go multiple choice to be safe.
All right, your multiple choice options are A, Don't Stop Me Now, B, You Are My Lucky Star, C, We Are the Champions, or D, I've Got You Under My Skin.
Yeah, they're both there. I'll say D.
That is correct for 1 point.
I knew that question was coming up.
I was like, there's 2 songs, and I can't remember which one is which.
All right, your penultimate question. In Open Grave, what is John Doe's real name?
Do you need first and last?
Just first.
Just first.
Jonah.
Jonah is correct for 2
The
points.
movie is atrocious.
I have heard. And your final question. In Ted K, after witnessing the destruction of the wilderness surrounding his cabin, Ted acquires the address of the president of what company from the library?
United Airlines.
And that is correct for 2 points and a clean sweep. Getting his score up to 15 is what I have.
Yep, that is what I have. So now we will bring back the wheel as well as Will's manager, Aaron, for what will be Will's first spin at the wheel. Land on the category of mystery/thrillers. Would you like to keep that or spin again?
So, Will, how are you feeling about this? I think that we know how we feel about this wheel. Odds are in our favor. What do you think? Are you with me, Will?
I am with you. I like it.
Is there more left on the wheel you like or don't like based on mystery thrillers? Where would you rank it?
I can go about 50-50 else on the wheel. A part of me is telling me to take it though, actually.
Listen to your heart. Let's take it then.
Okay.
All right.
All
Go to
right.
multiple if you need.
Yep.
All right. So thank you, Aaron. So, Will, I will be reading you your questions in the category of mystery/thrillers. Are you ready?
Let's do this.
All right. Your first question. John Cusack and Samuel L. Jackson co-star in what 2000s mystery/thriller?
1408.
That is correct for 2 points. Your next question. In Glengarry Glen Ross, what does Blake, Alec Baldwin's character, tell the salesman the second place prize is?
Steak knives.
That is correct for 2 points. Now your third question. What is the name of the device the pre-crime officers use on the criminals after they've been apprehended in Minority Report?
Haven't seen this in a while. Multiple choice, please.
All right. Your options are A, Halo, B, Save, C, Wings, or D, Arrow.
Halo.
That is correct for 1 point.
Oh.
So now your penultimate question in this category. In Dressed to Kill, a woman with what profession witnesses the murder of a psychiatrist's patient at the start of the film?
Multiple choice.
All right. Your options are A, a bartender, B, a model, C, a prostitute, or D, a professor.
Just to kill. I'm going to say a model.
That is incorrect. Cameron, for the 1 point steal, is it A, a bartender, B, a model, C, a prostitute, or D, a professor?
Prostitute.
That is correct for the 1 point steal. All right. So then your final question in this category, Will.
Mm-hmm.
In Double Indemnity, how is Phyllis Dietrichson killed at the end of the film?
Multiple choice, please.
All right. Your options are A, strangled, B, stabbed, C, pushed downstairs, or D, shot.
Let me get those options one more time, please.
All right. So your options again are A, strangled, B, stabbed, C, pushed downstairs, or D, shot.
Shot.
That is correct for 1 more point.
Oh, shit. I should have gone first.
All right. So then coming out of round number 2, I have the score at Cameron in the lead 16-12. So is that what
That
you
is
have,
what I
Jen?
have as well.
Yeah. So still everyone's game as we get into anyone's game, not everyone's game. Only one person gets the game. So going into round number 3, which will work like this. We'll be going back and forth drafting categories, starting with the player in the lead. Once a category is drafted, it cannot be drafted by your opponent. Once all categories are drafted, the player behind will answer questions until they take the lead. You will choose which category and for what point value you would like to take first. We will go until there is a mathematical winner. The categories they could pick from today are Oscars, crime, romance, mystery/thrillers, romantic comedies, 1990s, sports, and war. So we'll let them pick their categories right now, and we'll be right back, unless this is all left in which case, enjoy the show. All right. So, Cameron, you're in the lead. I can put the categories in the chat there.
They're already there.
They're already in there.
Oh, good. Thank you.
I will start by drafting rom-coms, please.
All right.
You're down 4, Will. Let's go. Pick your fave.
1990s.
I'll take in a move that I think will shock the world truly. I'm gonna take sports.
Okay.
That did shock me. What are we thinking here? You think you can handle? I like the Oscars for one of your early questions, but I'll let you.
I'm actually feeling that, so let's go. Let's grab that.
Yep.
In that case, I'll take romance.
All right.
How are we feeling about mystery thrillers?
Yeah.
All right. So then for the final pick, Cameron.
I'll take crime, please.
All right. So then war will be the final category for Will.
Mm-hmm.
So Aaron, I'm sure you've managed with this round before. So yeah, you can give Will advice from the chat on what question or what category and point value to go with. So we'll put you backstage for now, and we will get this show finished, I guess. I don't know. 3, 2, 1. And we are back, unless you saw that whole thing, in which case I hope you enjoyed it. So we will start with Will, since he is down by 4, and Jack, since you read Cameron his questions in round 2, you will be reading his questions in round 3. So Will, what category, would you like, and for what point value first?
So Aaron, are you sure you want me to do that right now? Let's hold off. Maybe do. Let's go on the safe side and do war for 1.
All right. Your 1-point question in the category of war. 1989's Casualties of War is set during what war?
The Vietnam War?
That is correct for 1 point.
Okay.
So we will stick with Will since you are still down. What category and for what point value would you like next?
Let's try mystery for 3.
All right. Just waiting for confirmation from the manager.
I mean, he said it, so I think we're
Oh,
good.
okay. I didn't see that.
We're good.
That's my bad. Your 3-point question in category of mystery thrillers. How specifically did Professor Thomas Callahan die in the Pelican Brief?
Five, 4.
Take a repeat, please.
All right. I believe first repeat.
Yes.
Cool. All right. Your question once again. How specifically did Professor Thomas Callahan die in the Pelican Brief?
It's been such a long time since I read the book and saw the movie.
Five.
Poisoned?
That is unfortunately incorrect. We were looking for a car bomb explosion.
Okay.
So with that, we will stick with you. What would you like to take next?
I might as well just shoot my shot here at this point. 1990s for 4.
All right. Your 4-point question in the category of the 1990s. In The People versus Larry Flint, the woman that seeks out Flint and urges him to give his life to Jesus is the sister of what American politician?
Politician.
Five. 4. 3.
Repeat.
All right. Second repeat. In The People versus Larry Flint, the woman that seeks out Flint and urges him to give his life to Jesus is the sister of what American politician?
Five. 4.
I'm going to use my last repeat.
All right. Final repeat. In The People versus Larry Flint, the woman that seeks out Flint and urges him to give his life to Jesus is the sister of what American politician?
This was a great game, Cam. I'm going to say Billy Graham.
And your winner, by way of technical knockout, Cameron Holzmann. We were looking for Jimmy Carter. Was the answer.
Oh, interesting. Okay. That's where I thought it was.
But great game nonetheless. We will put Cameron backstage for now, and we will bring in Will's manager for post-match interviews. Will, I think with it being a TKO is kind of deceptive because I think you did a really good job just keeping up with Cameron Holzmann, who's like been one of the top players in this division for a long time now. So I think it was a solid performance from you today. Thoughts on the match overall?
I think I played as well as I could have under the circumstances. Round three has kind of been a killer for a lot of people, and with two of my strength categories just going right out the window to Cam, it's kind of hard. I'm kind of I kind of struggle with catching up with the rest of it, and had I gone with my gut in round two on that last question, just said shot, then we would have been in a different situation. I would have been having him answer questions a lot further. But minor hiccups like that, you said it yourself, Cam has been playing this game much longer than me. But I think this match, as well as my other two matches, kind of prove that I'm definitely better than my record insinuates. And I imagine if I, just really start having more confidence in myself, we'll be back here in a similar position next year.
Yeah, no, well, I am an expert in TKOs. I've suffered a lot of them. And I promise you that it isn't a lot of times when I get TKO'd, I can say, well, it is what it is. He got spinner's choice. You make a decision that affects 1 point there. And against a guy like Cameron, he's locked in right now. He made some really good choices in round three that made it much harder for us. And that's props to him. So that's where the skill of round three comes in a little bit, is that you do control a little bit with how he chose. So I mean, that 4-pointer, Cameron didn't know it either. Cameron can't even name an American. We couldn't even get American president. We had to get politician. They wouldn't even be like, yo, give him a 1 in 54. We're going to give him a 1 in however many shitty politicians our country's had. So, like, again, you're beating yourself up, but, you know, the underlying through line here should be the confidence you have. You earned this shot. You'll be back. You and Cameron will be preparing as hard next time or harder after this match. And this is a TKO, but you should not feel that way about it. The mystery thriller category is a mystery indeed, because I have never, you know, I almost got thrown out from the 1408 question, and I love that movie. So, like, I was like, oh, yeah. So, again, you played really well. You came back twice in round 1 when you were down, which is not an easy thing to do. Sometimes you can really – I piled on myself before, so don't pile on yourself here. You're going to be back in there very soon. And, man, I'm proud of you. I know when a loss is not a good loss because I've had a lot of them. And this, you know, there's no such thing as a good loss. But Cameron earned it, and that's what, you know, again, you took the shot there. I completely agree with the shot at the end to get the 4-pointer. I don't think getting, you know, stacking up some points so you know, you were confident, and you just, you know, hindsight's 20/20. So you shoot your shot next time when you have that. So, but you did great. Congratulations to Cameron. You know, nothing, you know, but good luck to him moving forward. He had some decent luck here, but he also earned it. So good job. Proud of you, Will. And amazing hosting job, as usual, from Dylan. I mean, he's just the funniest guy in the community. It's not even close. He doesn't even try to make me laugh, and he does. So, and, you know, free Aaron J. Yeah, please. Free me. I haven't had a singles match in so long, and as far as I know, I got no beef with anybody at Multiplex anymore. I've had therapy sessions with everybody. Cody and I are borderline lovers, so I'm just saying, like, who do I have to blow to get a match? Is it Dylan?
Well,
I'm still up here. I can't believe I didn't get played. I was fully expecting to get cut off at some point there.
Anyways, so I didn't want to interrupt you. That'd be rude. Well, Will, just again, before I take you off screen again, congrats on just a fantastic year in Multiplex in general. Like, just a great year in Melee. You starting off next season with, you said your record wasn't that great, but you're starting off next season with 6-4 record, which is pretty darn good. So we look forward to seeing you next season. Yeah, we look forward to seeing you next season. We'll put you backstage for now. We'll bring in the first place finisher for this evening, Cameron Holzmann. Cameron, very, very impressive win today. Obviously, taking your opponent's strength, I think, shows, you know, just the commitment that you still have to this game, that you're able to, like, study, even with being around as long as you have been, you're still, like, putting in the time and effort to go through your opponent's strengths like that to the point where you feel comfortable taking it on Spinner's Choice. It's very impressive. Yeah, just solid game overall. Thoughts on your performance?
Yeah, I have put in time and proven repeatedly in this game that, like, I can study, I can prep other people's categories. And Will was very kind to me, and Will gave me a category that contained 14 movies, many of which I had already seen, and none of which are particularly good. There are multiple 1-star films that Charlton Copley is in, and he is truly one of the least versatile or even good actors I have ever seen in my life. But I watched all of the films. I suffered through Open Grave, and it's absolutely horrid plot holes and ableism and all this stuff. But yeah, I came in today prepared to play a game that was like pure offense. I was like, get the lead, take a category away in round 2, and then hope you have the lead in round 3. And when we were tied out of round 1, I was worried. Like, I was hoping to have a bit more of a lead, but I was able to spin first. Spinner's Choice definitely came in handy. Was able to take that category. And then round 3, like, I know Will likes rom-coms, and I like them a bit, but I know Will likes them a lot. So it's like, let's just take that out of the way. And then I think no one in their right mind would expect me to take sports ever in a draft like that. And so I figured, why not do it? Because at this point, some of you have been making me watch sports movies to study them for 2.5 years, maybe more at this point. And I would like to think that's hopefully paid off at some point with how many times people keep making me just watch movies about
things I don't care about. And I guess we'll never know if that would have worked. But no, Will played a very strong game. He hit things that I would not have hit. Like the Hannah and her sisters pull in round 1 was great. Like in round 2, he hit things in Mystery Thriller that I wouldn't have been confident on. And just all around, like, I'm very impressed with how Will played. I look forward to seeing him, but it's nice to have a win. It's been a minute.
Yeah, that's fair. Well, you now find yourself with this victory. You now find yourself in a number 1 contenders match. I can reveal the 2 potential opponents that you might be facing. So you'll be facing the winner of either Robert Kastner or Jordan Owens. So one person you played earlier in the tournament this year, and the other you played in the teams tournament, I believe. So thoughts on either of those potential matchups?
Yeah, I played Jordan earlier this year. It was a match. It was a pretty solid performance on my part. And it'd be interesting to see like if that was just a bad day for him, if like things have changed, stuff like that. Robert, on the other hand, like as you said, played in teams, last time in teams, but we've never gone to play in singles in Melee. We've played in Fandom before. And I think a one-on-one singles match in Melee between me and Robert would be pretty cool. But yeah, I'll take whoever shows up. And the last time I was in a number 1 contenders match, I could have beat Andrew Barr if he let me spin first, but then he got his strength and I got opponent's choice strength level classics. So please not again.
All right. Well, best of luck to you when that match ends up getting set up. We'll put you backstage for now, and we will send it over to Jack for the final thoughts on the match after I give mine. Jack, I thought that was a pretty good match.
Yeah, absolutely.
What are your thoughts?
This, like, yes, it was a TKO, but I don't think that is indicative of how well Will. I don't think the result is really indicative of how well Will played today. Tying with Cam out of round 1, getting 6 points in round 1 alone is something that a lot of people don't really do. A lot of times people score less. So yeah, and Cam just got Cam clearly put in the work to study Will's strength and was able to run with it and kind of took it from there. Will, maybe a category he's typically more comfortable in, just a couple movies out of his wheelhouse. But no, I think Will played a great game today. Really excellent round 1, a solid round 2, and just maybe a little bit unlucky in round 3. But definitely a good match today.
Yeah, absolutely. So now time for my really awkward outro. Thank you guys for watching. We'll thank you to all the showrunners, writers, players, and managers for help making this league what it is. We will see you in the next one. That wasn't so bad. Bye.
Goodbye. Later.
After you, Junior.
You'll always have Paris.
Bye-bye, boys.
Have fun storming the castle.
Think it'll work?
You've been taken very